And we do want to thank you folks for all that you have done for us this year, especially for coming today, but for your time and energy and financial commitment to St. Joseph's School. We thank you for the treats and the times you've come when you've needed help in the classroom, or when you've been monitoring the locker room at the Y, or whatever it's been. We appreciate all the parental involvement. But most of all, Mrs. Oxford and I would like to thank you for sharing your children with us. It's been a very eventful year. Like I said, it's been a big year, so we have just really, really enjoyed it. So we will start, as we do everything at St. Joseph's School, with a prayer. So would you pray with me in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The angel of God, my guardian dear, with God's love entrust me here. Ever this day be at my side, to light, to guard, to rule and guide. Amen. I'm promising you, Jesus, to follow you today, to obey your every rule in all I do or say, to always be a loving child, helpful, kind, and sweet, to give the love you give to me, to everyone I meet. But if this promise I should break, or if I bring you sorrow, then I promise to begin again and keep my promise tomorrow. Amen. In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Okay, do we have everybody in? Come on in, those of you that came late. We don't want to leave anybody out. Sorry that you have to stand, but 35 graduates is filling up our chairs. Okay, is everybody in? Everybody see their special one? We're going to have to move around a little bit during the day, so we'll get you to see your kids. All right, as you can see from what's up on the board, we are shining for Jesus today. Each year, Mrs. Oxford and I like to pick a theme, and so our final science unit was on insects. And so we chose the firefly so that we could shine for Jesus. Because as we were doing projects, reading books, watching videos on the firefly, we were learning about insects, of course, and then it just dawned on us that how much fireflies are like the kids of Christ. And for you grandparents or people that haven't been at St. Joe's before, that's the way we like to address our children at school, because they are all kids of Christ. And we learned, kindergartners, that insects have how many body parts? Three. Raise your hand if you know one of them. Elijah?
Thorax.
Thorax is one. What else is there, Doug? Head. And what are we missing, Micah?
The abdomen.
The abdomen. So we've got 3 body parts. Well, that made us think of the Trinity, of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, which we have been learning about all year, which we do every time we pray at St. Joseph's. So we have the Trinity there hiding inside the firefly, and we didn't even know it. Then we went on to the legs. Now, some of the insects got a little road weary getting across the way from school and lost a few legs. But, Aiden, how many legs does an insect have?
3 on each side.
3 on each side, so 3 plus 3 must be 6. So they have 6 legs that all have to work together. Because if one leg goes this way and one leg goes that way, the insect won't get where it needs to be. So that reminded us of how we had to get along in our classroom, how we had to work together at the beginning of the year to learn our routines, and where's the bathroom, and how do we get down to lunch. And then later on we had to work together playing on the playground and doing projects at school, learning our letters, our numbers, reading and writing, and making friends. So we all worked together like the insects' legs do. Then we learned about the antenna. So Patty, how many antennae?
2.
2 antennae on that lightning bug, that firefly. And that antenna made us think of our prayer buddy. Because for those of you that don't know, the kindergartners are paired up with somebody older in the school. And we get together and we do projects and we do Bible stories and we just do lots of activities together during the year. So the kids are very excited when they're on the playground. Oh, I saw my prayer buddy today, or my prayer buddy gave me a hug at recess, or I saw my prayer buddy at lunch. So there were 2 of them that worked together. Then we moved on to the wings. And we learned that some insects have 2 wings, some have 4 wings, a few insects have no wings. But what do those wings do, kids of Christ? What do they do, Patty? The insects with their wings, they
Fly.
fly. And guess what's happening today? You guys are going to fly on to your summer vacation tomorrow. You're going to fly on to first grade, and you guys are moving on. But as you move on, we don't want you to forget all those lessons from the Firefly. We want you to say Jesus King. We want you to be shining for Jesus. If you're camping on the beach, if you're hiking in the woods, if you're playing on the swing set in your backyard, if you meet some friends at the Discovery Center, if you're just hanging out with your family, can the light of Jesus shine with you all summer long until we get back together again. And kindergarten is a year change, Mrs. Oxford.
We had a lot of changes in our kindergarten class. When you first came to kindergarten, a lot of you couldn't reach your hook, you couldn't get your backpack up there, you couldn't get your coat up there, or you could almost get it to that. And now a lot of you can reach it with no problem at all, so you've gotten. And when you first started kindergarten, you knew some of your letters, you knew some of your sounds. How many of you know all of your letters? And now I can hand a book to you, and you can pick up the sight words, and you can read. And you learned a lot in kindergarten too. You started kindergarten not knowing all of those numbers, and how many of you can count 100 times? So it was a big change for us in kindergarten too. And then, when we first started kindergarten, some of you will come up to me, Mrs. Oxford, my pencil broke. Now, when our pencil breaks, what do? We sharpen it. And we're all set to go. So not only did you get different, but you became problem solvers too. And instead of just being sad about the problem, you became so. And what's the most important thing that we learned at St. Joseph's School? Who loved us? Molly, who loved us? Oh, he loved us. And we treat everybody just like they have who in their heart? Jesus.
So on that line, thinking of what we've learned at school and shining for Jesus, we have a couple of songs that we would like to do for you today. And this will take us a little bit of organization because with the size of our crowd, we had to revamp the way we're doing it. So let's stand up, please, kindergartners, and reach under your chair. You have what you need. All right, so you are in there. Feel free to move around where you need to be. I see you're a special one.